Welcome back. My name is Patrick Nolan. I'm an attorney licensed in the state of Missouri. This is Pat Talks Law. Missouri State Representative Michael Davis proposed legislation to restore firearm rights for non-violent felon offenders. Now, he filed House Bill 895, which changes the offense of unlawful possession of a firearm by allowing people who have completed their sentence for a non-violent felony to possess firearms. Right now, there's a lot of action going on in the state of Missouri with various pro-amendment legislation that is advancing. Notably, you've got the SAPA, and then there's also been a bill filed, House Bill 501 by Nick Schroer, that will prevent disclosure of information of medical marijuana card holders to federal agencies. However, this bill is of particular interest in that this bill will correct a Missouri Supreme Court decision that held that the statute prohibiting firearm ownership stood after a challenge in 2014. A man was charged with it, and then the Supreme Court decided in 2016, I believe it was. Now, that is very important. The Article 1, Section 23, what was passed in 2014 as Amendment 5, that guarantees firearms rights, is a critical portion of the Missouri Constitution, and one that really needs to be considered carefully. So let's talk about what this bill is, what it does, and why. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to zoom this in so you can see that. Let me do that. My apologies. There we go. So what this bill does is it's going to repeal 571.070 and one new section acted in lieu of, and you can see the bold are the changes. The strike throughs are what's being removed, bold is what's being added. So under paragraph 1, a person commits the offense of unlawful possession of a firearm if such person knowingly has any firearm in his or her possession, and 1, the person has been convicted of a violent felony. Okay, that changes it from any felony to a violent felony under the laws of this state, or of a crime under the laws of any state or of the United States that, if committed within this state, would be a violent felony. Paragraph 2, such person is on probation or parole for a nonviolent felony under the laws of this state or for a crime under the laws of any state or the United States that, if committed within the state, would be a nonviolent felony. So let's stop for a second, because that paragraph 2 is a new section. What that's saying is that a nonviolent felony offender will not have their firearms rights restored until they are off probation or parole. They have to be completely done with their sentence before this allows them to automatically have their firearms rights restored to them. 3, this paragraph 3 is the old paragraph 2. Such person is fugitive from justice, is habitually in an intoxicated or drugged condition, or is currently judgmentally incompetent. This is the paragraph that I refer to a lot when people say that there's no impact on your firearms rights if you have a medical marijuana card. Your medical marijuana card patient card is prima facie evidence that you are habitually in an intoxicated or drugged condition. However, there are no prosecutions under that I've found that we can look to from at the appellate level. So we don't know how that will be ruled on. But this change will mean that someone who is convicted of felony non-support of a child will have their firearms rights restored. Somebody who is convicted of failing to pay their taxes in a timely manner is not going to lose their firearms rights for life. Someone who is convicted of bouncing a check. You can be convicted of bouncing a check. If it's a felony level, it's a felony level. and lose all your firearms rights. For people that depend on hunting season to feed their families through the year, this is critical. Now, granted, there are a lot of people that fall under that clause, and this will make a huge difference for them. It also brings another statute, and it takes away, this will statutorily overturn the Supreme Court's decision, basically nullifying Amendment 1, Article 1, Section 23, Amendment 5 in 2014. So that is a very, very important thing. And frankly, this is a good bill, and it will make a world of difference. So, I really hope that Mr. Davis is able to push this through. He is a Republican. This is not a far left proponent. It's not I don't think it's even a political thing. This is the right thing to do. So that is good news, and it is good news for the state of Missouri. Hopefully he'll be able to get this thing pushed through and signed into law. Please hit like, subscribe, and we'll be talking to you again soon.